Saving money isn't just about earning more, it's about making smarter choices with what you already have. Over time, small, seemingly insignificant purchases can add up to a surprising amount. By taking a closer look at what I was buying and being honest about what I truly needed, I discovered several areas where I could cut back, ultimately saving thousands of dollars each year. Here's what I stopped buying, and how those decisions transformed my finances and my mindset. First and foremost, I stopped buying bottled water. At first glance, bottled water seems convenient, especially when you're on the go. But when I tallied up the cost, sometimes $2 or $3 a bottle several times a week, it quickly became clear how much I was spending on something I could get almost for free. I invested in a quality reusable water bottle and a home water filter. Not only did this save me money, but it also reduced the amount of plastic waste I was generating. Now I always have water with me, and I'm no longer tempted by the impulse purchase at the checkout line. Next, I stopped buying coffee from cafes every day. Like many people, I used to treat myself to a specialty coffee each morning. $5 here, $4 there. It didn't seem like much at the time, but over the course of a month, it added up to over $100. I decided to learn how to make great coffee at home. I experimented with different beans, brewing methods, and even learned how to froth milk for lattes. Not only did I save money, but I also gained a new appreciation for the ritual of making coffee. Now, grabbing a coffee from a cafe is a rare treat, not a daily habit. Another major change was cutting back on takeout and delivery. Ordering food was my go-to solution on busy nights or when I just didn't feel like cooking. However, the convenience came at a steep price. Delivery fees, tips, and marked-up menu prices meant I was spending far more than if I cooked at home. I started meal planning and prepping ingredients in advance, making it easier to throw together a quick dinner. I also learned a few simple recipes that I actually enjoyed making. Not only did this save money, but it also improved my cooking skills and my health. I also reevaluated my relationship with clothing shopping. Fast fashion is tempting. New styles, low prices, and the thrill of a fresh look. But when I looked at my closet, I realized I was buying items I rarely wore, often because they didn't fit quite right or went out of style quickly. I made a commitment to stop buying trendy, inexpensive clothes on impulse. Instead, I focused on building a wardrobe of high-quality, versatile pieces that I truly loved and wore often. This shift not only saved me money in the long run, but it also helped me develop a clearer sense of personal style. Beauty products were another area where I made significant changes. It's easy to get caught up in marketing and feel like you need a dozen different creams, serums, and cosmetics. I went through my bathroom cabinet and found multiple products that were barely used or had expired. I decided to simplify my routine, sticking to just a few essentials that worked for me. I stopped buying products just because they were on sale or promised miraculous results. This not only saved money, but also reduced clutter and made my daily routine much simpler. One of the biggest budget drains I identified was subscription services. At one point, I was paying for multiple streaming platforms, magazine subscriptions, fitness apps, and even monthly boxes of snacks or beauty samples. Many of these subscriptions were barely used, but the monthly charges kept adding up. I took the time to review all my subscriptions, canceling anything I didn't use regularly or truly value. Now I only pay for the services that bring me real enjoyment or utility, and I'm much more mindful before signing up for anything new. Impulse purchases at the grocery store were another area where I found savings. I used to shop without a list, grabbing whatever caught my eye. This led to buying snacks, novelty items, and duplicates of things I already had at home. Now I plan my meals for the week and stick to a shopping list. I also avoid shopping when I'm hungry, which helps me make more rational decisions. This simple change has reduced food waste and kept my grocery bills in check. Books and magazines were a surprising source of spending. As an avid reader, I loved buying new books, but I often ended up with a stack of unread titles. I started using my local library instead. With digital lending, I could access a huge selection of books and magazines for free. Occasionally, I'll still buy a book if it's something I want to own or give as a gift, but most of my reading now comes at no cost. Gadgets and electronics were another area where I learned to resist the urge to upgrade. There's always a new phone, tablet, or smart device promising to make life easier or more fun. But when I looked back, I realized I was replacing devices that still worked perfectly well, just because something newer was available. Now, I only upgrade when something is truly broken or no longer meets my needs. This mindset shift has saved me hundreds, if not thousands, over the years. Greeting cards and gift wrap may seem like small expenses, but over time, they add up. For birthdays, holidays, and special occasions, I started making my own cards or opting for digital greetings. For gifts, I use reusable gift bags or wrap presents in fabric or newspaper for a creative touch. These choices are not only cost-effective, but also more environmentally friendly. Lastly, I stopped buying things just because they were on sale. The lure of a discount can make it easy to justify purchases you don't really need. I started